catcher. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. He told us he wanted to have a big game running the football. He predicted well north of 100 yards. That's a heck of a start.
And we thought he was just blustering, right? We thought he was just kind of talking and trying to maybe talk himself into it. He knew something, and now that confidence is going sky high.
And they're already in plus territory. The Ravens had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. You look at this Browns defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Jackson now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hernandez. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
25 yards that time.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Look at this Baltimore defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think plays like that will give them some confidence, something sorely needed going against this unit.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing, Sanders. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Sanders. There's a short one taken in by Otten. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Come on, come on. Pass the 60s. Go.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. And it's incomplete. They can... not convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Jackson from the shotgun. He finds his man complete. It's Hernandez. A gain of 5. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice game for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Complete to Tez Walker. 10 yards on the pickup.
An option give now to Mitchell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Middle.
Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
At the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Browns' 9-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Here's Sean Bateman from 8 yards out. And the Ravens are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Sanders. And a completion to Wilson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Sanders. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw now, here's Sanders. And he completes it to Wilson. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On play action, here's Shador. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Jackson going to keep it. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Well, they run the option on 2nd down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Now it's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A slant route caught by Bateman. And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
On this one, Ed may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Jackson going to keep it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
Ravens 21.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out. Still going. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jalen Waddle. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now what a first down pickup of 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
50-yard line.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carson Schlesinger. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
No, we changed it.
Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now Jackson. Well, that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's a good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Jackson will throw again. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
180. And shot. You change it.
4th down. Here's Jackson. And he is caught. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
The 7-yard line.
180.
Jackson now. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go play action now. Sanders. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Mike Green. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
It's third down.
Third and 20.
Here we go. Japanese Timberwolves.
Sanders to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
DC, ready? DC. UAX.
Here's Jackson to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Come on.
To throw is Sanders. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here's Sanders. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Ready.
Throwing, Sanders. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jalen Waddle with career touchdown number 75. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They run over center with Mitchell. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
And I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Deputy Ranger. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Shador. This one finds Wilson downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Browns.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Complete to number 2. Gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a second down and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards. first and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go. Ready.
Now Sanders. And that's going to be caught for Browns touchdown. Jonathan Taylor there to make the grab. And the Browns get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll get nothing out of that one. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Second and 9 from the 44. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And that one to the right side and in.
To the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And the option right is Jackson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Tyler Luke on for the Ravens field goal. A 35-yard.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force a field goal.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
And they're on the 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. 2nd down and 4.
Here we go. Here we go.
Sanders. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. From the shotgun, Sanders. There's a short one taken in by Otten. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Ready.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs. Now it's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Hernandez. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Ravens have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And coughed it up, and the Ravens have got it.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit, but all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Okay, great.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Sanders. Pass caught right side by Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down and 11-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Sanders once more. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Cub 19, Cougar 19. Mustang 19, Panther 11, Panther 11. Let's go.
On play action, here's Shador. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
To throw again, here's Sanders. And he is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play. It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10.
Let's go.
They'll get that out wide to Waddle. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Sanders going to throw again. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. Martin brings it in over the middle. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Sanders to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Mike Green able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This one taken in by Otten. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. Fourth and goal.
Completed pass brings up a fourth down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin fourth quarter, you're going. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And the Ravens are looking like they're going to come away with a victory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all three timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On first down, they go back to Mitchell. 80 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now second and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On the handoff, Mitchell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's second and 8.
No, we changed it.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Jackson. And he fires one incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Browns are going to get this thing back Excellent field position.
Here we go. Here we go.
Play action. It's Sanders. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 33 yards. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not
Send
quitting?
a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way. And you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen. You pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance.